tomorrow we are having, today is November the 1st, tomorrow we're having a quiz on the topics on this study guide. So, what I'm going to do is go through working each one, giving some hints and details about everything. I will start by saying, tomorrow's quiz, a lot of it has got some A, B, C, or D answers. Starting out, we've got the first section is order of operations. The second section, I hope that you all watch for just a second. Okay, first off, here are your variables. Remember, we talked about every time they can change those things. So they want M to equal 6 and N to equal 12. But down here, 3 different letters with 3 different numbers. Now, there is one oops on this worksheet. Please look right here. And all it is we accidentally forgot to cut off a number. So if you will kind of scratch out that 6 and scratch out that 10, it kind of makes it look more normal. Right there. Just those two. Now it's the expression. I just kind of scratched it out. So all they want is 12 divided by n and 4n minus m minus 17. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start on the front, eventually hopefully get to the back. Rock on. Now, it does say completed on a separate sheet of paper. So here I go. And I'm working it out on a video only for y'all's sake. That way, if you have one that you are not getting, hopefully you can watch it twice. You can always fast forward and all that good stuff. Okay, it is called the expression review. And today is the 1st. Now, when working these out, I'm going to say, step 1 is write the problem. So you should have on your paper 34 plus 17 minus 5. Even if you know the first step, you've got to copy the problem. Now, on this first step, set, we're doing please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Starting out with the add. So that gives us 51. Bring down minus 5 and we get 46. Please, remember it's order of operations. P for please, meaning parentheses. E for exponents. Remember it's multiply or divide from left to right. Get rid of all that. Then get rid of add or subtract from left to right. Just kind of throwing that out there. Okay, number 2. 2 is 25 minus 14 plus 3. My only 2 steps are add and subtract. So I got to do what I do first from left to right. That means I have to do the subtract first. I get 11, I add 3, and I get 14. Okay. Uh-huh.
Whatever you have in your parentheses and you have an exponent, do you do that first?
If it's in the parentheses, yes. Yes. Number 3, I got 39 times 15 divided by 3 minus 16. So my first step is these parentheses. It gives me a 5. I have to bring everything else down. Now, 39 times 5, I get 195. Minus 16 is 179. Notice I'm going down the paper in that upside down V thing, or the V shape. Okay, number 4, 48 divided by 8. Oops, sorry guys, here we go. 48 divided by 8, this one's a little long, plus 5, times 7 minus 2. Whew. Okay, so first step is 7 minus 2, which is 5. Bring down everything else. Now, should I do divide, add, or multiply? This division, because it's the first thing I hit from left to right, that is multiply or divide. 48 divided by 8 is 6. Now slow down. I got to get rid of this multiply before I can ever move on to add or subtract. Now I can add. It's just very step oriented. That way we all get the same answer. Okay. Number 5. It is 3 plus 7 times 6 plus 4. Okay, starting out, I get the parentheses, which is 10. 10 times 6 is next. I get 60 plus 4 is 64. And 6, the last one for this section. 9 plus 8 times 3 minus 5 times 2. Whew, okay. 5 times 2 is 10. Got to do my parentheses. Okay, I got to get rid of this multiply next. Now it is add or subtract from left to right. Got to do that first, which is 33, minus 10, which is 23. Blow my nose. Whew, sorry, guys. Order of operations. Very step oriented. Give me a second to kind of catch up. These are expressions. They are expressions because they don't have equal signs. Don't give them equal signs. I caught one kid doing that earlier today. I'll be honest. I asked you to all do it on separate paper so that it would be on nice, pretty lines.
Wait, do each section on a different piece of paper?
But you only go straight across when you hit the add or subtract. When it's only multiply or divide, or it's only add or subtract. You still do all your parentheses first, all your exponents second. But the whole thing about the left to right is the add or subtract or the multiply or divide. Okay. Now, to be honest, go into the next section. This is where we evaluate the expression. Nothing really changes, except they tell me that m equals 6 and n equals 12. Now, I'm just kind of writing that for my sake, just for the fun of it. Okay, so number 7. Here is the way this should be written. You should have m plus 5. I've asked you to first copy the problem or copy the expression. Step 2 is, we talked about this the other day, step 2 is fill it in. So now I'm just filling it in, 6 plus 5. That is telling the teacher you knew what letter goes with what number. And then, yes, start the answering process, which on this one is super easy. Okay, number 8, show all the steps. N minus 7, 12 minus 7, which is 5. I see spoons. Okay. Number 9, I've got m dot 4. Remember the dot means multiply. 6 times 4, and then that is 24. take your work just nice, neat, and slow, and it will all work out for you. Okay. So go to number 10 now. Okay. Well, that's okay. Here we go. So number 10 is n minus m, I think. Yes. Okay. N is 12 minus m is 6, so I get 6. That's what I was trying to say to some of you earlier, like, it looks like a lot of problems, but some of them are very easy and fast. Number 11, 12 divided by n. N, 12 divided by 12, which is 1.
I said 0 at first.
Okay, 9 dot n, which means 9 times 12, which is 108. Yes, we got to know our 12s tables. Okay, 13. Getting a little bit more fancy. 2m plus 5. 2 times 6 plus 5. Now, I'm doing this multiply first because it comes before add or subtract.
So we have to do order of operation.
Yes, yes. Once you hit this point, it's really order of operations. So 2 times 6 is 12, plus 5 is 17. 14. 4m minus 17. 4 times m, which is 6, minus 17. 24 minus 17. 7. Oh, so they're still doing the math. Oh, 15. I got 36 minus 6m. 36 minus 6 times m, which is 6. Now, this is one of those you got to stop on and kind of think about it. Are you doing subtract first or multiply first? Multiply. So you got to get the 36 before you get the last step. Yes. Now, we are on the next section. This is where they've given us 3 different variables. They have given us A equals 9, B equals 3, and C equals 12. This is kind of like what you're working with. Right there on your worksheet, guys. Here we go. So, 16. A squared divided by 3. Listen, first step, write the problem. Second step, fill it in. 9 squared divided by 3. Now, you kind of look at this. You got exponents and division. Exponents are first. 9 times 9 is 81. Divided by 3 is 27. Yes. Yes. Slow down. It's always times itself. Okay. 15b plus a squared. Yeah, you're fine. I was just trying to... I forgot the channels there. For the truth. Okay, so fill in B and A. Drop and jump. You're fine. Goodbye. Okay. So, I'm trying here. B is 3. So I'm going to fill it in first. I'm going to do 15 times 3 plus 9 squared. So should I do multiply, add, or exponents? Exponents. Get 81. Bring down the rest of it. Should I do multiply or add? Multiply.
Just 45.
Plus 81. I got 126. Okay. In a second, we'll do another one. And then I think it's out. Won't stop. Listen, if this is too fast, you can pause it. Watch it tonight. You can pause it. You can watch it twice. Rewind. Okay. 18 is a squared minus 2b squared. So this is the first time we've probably seen 2 squared signs. So fill it in first and then start to think about it. Like 9 squared minus 2 times 3 squared. You've got squared, subtract, multiply, squared. We got to get rid of the squareds from left to right.
So it'll be 9 squared.
So 9 squared first is 81. Bring down everything else. Now get rid of this square. 3 times 3 is 9. Now, subtract or multiply? Multiply. And then 81 minus 18? 63.
Oh.
It's okay. Because 8 out of 11, like you got to borrow. Listen. 81 minus 18.
That's too slow. Oh, I got 53.
63. Guys, it is not too much work, and I'm going to be honest. As you get into high school, these problems will take an entire page of paper. One problem will start at the top and not end till the bottom of the paper. You don't usually do as many, but you do a few usually.
So like one. So one can go all to the top and go.
Start at the top, go all the way to the bottom.
Like where the lines
Okay.
start, right? Or
Where the lines start. 9 times 9 is 81.
You ain't that much on my paper. No, right? I've never seen this many numbers.
Listen, you don't have to keep up with me, guys. Y'all can finish watching it when you get home. I'm just trying to get the video recorded. So there's 19. Out of paper.
Wait, what was it?
It was 93.
Oh,
So I'm on 20.
okay.
Yes, I'm recording this in 8th period, so they're all racing to try to get it done with me. Okay, on 20, I like that you're seeing the first time something really cubed. Cubed means to the 3rd power. So, it is 3 cubed plus 12. You have to slow down. This means 3 times 3 times 3.
So what?
So 3 times 3 is 9. Times 3 is 27. That means 27 plus 12, which is 39. 3 times 3 times 3. Okay. 21. 19 plus 6a divided by 2. And I'm going to be honest, for you guys at home that are wondering why, I'll be honest, you've had most of the class period. The kids who worked really hard on this finished almost the whole thing. Some kids are bringing home a blank paper. I am hoping that you don't have a blank paper, needless to say. Listen, first bell's about to ring. Huh? 3:30ish, if I ever get it posted. 21. Uh-huh. 22 is 3C divided by 2B squared. Now, no one should be up unless you are first bell walking out the door. Now, starting out with this one. This one has a huge hint, if you would watch, for the ones that are still in here. C is 12, so it's really 3 times 12, divided by, and then there's parentheses, like that. You have to take this thing slow, because really what you got to do first is the parentheses. But in the parentheses is PEMDAS. So, do you do multiply first or exponents?
Exponents.
Exponents. So 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, I'm going to bring down everything again. Just like that. Now, it's kind of like starting over again. Well, I've still got parentheses. So 2 times 9 is 18. Now I can slow down. You're not doing it, guys. You got the 18. Bring down everything else. Yes, now I've got... Oh, do you see what I did?
Yes.
What did I do wrong?
You forgot to do 36.
Ah, look what I did.
Oh, yeah.
I changed my multiply to divide. Okay, so slow down. Let me fix it. Because that gave me that. That gave me that. This should be multiply also. So, should I do multiply first or divide?
Multiply.
Multiply. So, 3 times 12 is 36. Divided by 18 is 2. I just made a mistake. It happens. 23. Please stop talking. Second and third bell. You'll make it. 23. C squared minus 3A.
Bless you.
Okay, C is 12 squared minus 3 times A times 9. Got to do what's in parentheses first. Get the 27. Now do the squared. 12 times 12 is 144. Minus 27 is 117. I find it interesting that I got some second and third bell kids still in here, and like some of you aren't doing this with me. I don't understand why you wouldn't get your homework done. Now, on the back, this is where I really want to go into explanation. First, to define a variable, then write each phrase as an algebraic expression. So, 24 says 4 times more money than Elliot. Now, our unknown, the first thing you want to do is define a variable. What is the unknown? Is it 4 times? Is it money? What is it?
4 times? Wait.
You know what 4 times means, right?
Yes.
Okay. The
The
money, right? So the M is the money for Elliot.
Oh, I got that correct.
Now, you don't have to have an M. You could have an E for Elliot as long as you define it. That's what that means.
Guess we will.
Now, to write the expression, if they want 4 times the money, M times 4. So you can write 4M. You could write 4 times M. You could even write parentheses. I'll be honest, that first way, 4M, is the most normal method, or grown up. That's what you'll see at the high school.
How did you use it?
25. Half as many pages as George. What is the part we don't know?
How many pages?
The pages, right. And you can put P for pages, you can put G for George. I'll just usually put P for pages. And if it's half as many pages, okay, so you got a couple ways. You can do P divided by 2. But wait a minute, listen. You could do P half, meaning take your pages and divide by 2. Or, like you were saying, you could do 1/2 of P, meaning multiply. Listen, this or this is really the easiest thing. Half of P, divide by 2.
Why is the 4 in front of the M, and why is the P in front of the 2?
Okay. This one, they just normally write it with the number in the front when it's multiplying. They don't normally write M4. But if you do that for right now, I'm good with it. I'm not going to, as long as you're meaning multiply, I'm good on that one. This one, that you can't flip them, I will admit. So like, you start out with pages before you divide by 2. So it's kind of like a pizza. You got to start out with a whole pizza before you can cut it in half. So, if that helps. Yes.
I don't find your crystals cost 90.
Yes, and then come back. Okay, 26. Let's look at it. The width of a box that is 4 inches less than the length. What do we not know?
How many?
The length. Yeah. So I'm going to do L for length, and notice I'm doing cursive. That's just the way you normally do it. Not a big deal. You could do X for length if you don't like the L thing. So if they want 4 inches less than it, notice the word then. I keep talking about then earlier. That means we need to start with what's at the end, which is length. And 4 less than means -4, and kind of flip the information. If you think about it, you got to start with something before you can ever take away anything. 27. The cost of a CD and a $12 DVD. What do we not know about?
The cost of the CD.
CD, right. C, I'm going to make it cost, and I'm going to do some extra words. I'm going to call it cost of CD. One second. Bam. There you go. You're welcome. So we got C is going to be cost the CD. This one has a very small word in it that we don't think about much. So if we have the cost of a CD and a $12 DVD, what does the word and here mean?
Multiply.
Plus.
Add.
If I just say and this, don't I just add it to me?
Yes.
Like I just added this pen to my hand. So it's just plus. So it's C plus the $12 DVD. It's kind of easier than you'd think it is. Please sit down. 28. The government, the U.S. government here, okay, it says the United States House of Representatives has 35 more members than 4 times the number of members in the United States Senate. Define a variable, write an expression to represent the numbers of the House of Representatives. The key is here, they have 4 times the number of members in the Senate. What do we not know?
The numbers of the Senate.
In the Senate. That is the key we don't know. So I'm going to make S equal Senate. Now, you kind of have to go in here and pick out the stuff. So if they say 4 times the number of Senate, that means 4S. What does it mean by 35 more members than that?
You add more, right?
Add 35. So they're going to do 4 times the Senate plus 35 more.
39.
Well, it matters how many are in the Senate, right?
Oh, so.
We don't know. Remember, when it says write an expression, it's weird. We're not solving it. We are literally just writing a math problem.
Oh, you're not finished.
You're not finishing it on this
Letting
part.
someone else finish it.
Number 29. Get this straight. Okay. Tamara grew her hair an unknown length to be cut and donated to charity. Mayla has grown her hair 3 inches less than Tamara's. Write an algebraic expression that can be used to determine the length of Mayla's hair. So what do we not know?
The length of her hair.
Whose hair?
Oh, Mala. Right? Tamara.
The Tamara. Like, Mayla's going to grow hers 3 inches less than Tamara. But we don't know Tamara. So I'm going to do a T for Tamara. Yes, it usually is a weird lowercase t. It's a lowercase because of the variable thing. And it's a weird little loop on the bottom. Otherwise, it looks like a plus sign. Okay. Mayla has grown her hair 3 inches less than Tamara's. There's the key word then. So we got to start with Tamara's less than 3. Whoops. Minus 3. The last one here, Pablo earns an unknown dollar amount each hour he tutors. If he tutors 3 hours, write an algebraic expression that can be used to determine how much money he makes. So the thing we don't know is,
The amount of money he makes.
okay, but he earns each hour he tutors. So if he tutors 3 hours, we don't know how much each hour, dollar per hour, right? Like, I was trying to think of another way to put it. So I'm going to put D for dollar per hour, or you could say M for money per hour. We don't know how much he's charging per hour. And that can add up. You're needing a tutor. Okay? So, he earns an unknown dollar amount each hour he tutors. If he tutors 3 hours, what would it be? 3 what? 3 times D. Listen, it's 3. He does 3 hours times however many dollars he does. So if he does $5 an hour, how much money would he get? 15. If he does $6 an hour, 18. So it matters. Okay? Listen, tomorrow it is just like this. Sentences, expressions, order of operations, no vocab yet. Okay? So keep practicing these. Yes? Huh? Good. I guess. I don't know. I don't think it should have fit on one paper, but that's okay. Back is okay. Yes. Good, good, good.
He did front.
I'll be at bus duty in the morning if you need me. If you need to catch me in the morning.